Are you feeling like a zombie lately? Tired of the same old energy drinks promising the world but delivering the jitters and a crash? Look no further than Sneak Energy, your secret weapon for all your energy needs. With all natural ingredients, Sneak will give you all the energy you need to boost through your day without feeling like a lab rat on caffeine. Don't believe us? Try it yourself and see what a difference it can make to your routine. So what are you waiting for? Hit the link in the description and pick up your Sneak starter pack today. Now enjoy the clip. Okay, this is from Sabitzer's agent. Sabitzer is the most unpleasant person to be around when he's not playing. He hates it when he loses. That's the bottom line. Character-wise, the kid is a killer. That's what players who always want to win look like. And that's from his agent. He's very unpleasant to be around when he's not playing. He hates it when he loses, and that's the bottom line. Character-wise, he's a killer, and that's what players who always want to win look like. I mean, welcome to the club. My midfielder. That's my midfielder. Fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic. But you know, it's exciting, isn't it? It's really exciting when you've got a player like that, and it's very exciting when you've got an agent saying he's basically an arsehole. You know, I played the game, says Christian. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's exactly the sort of thing I want to hear, because it's a Roy Keane mentality. You know, it's that I'm here to win. I'm obsessed with winning. If I don't win, it ruins my day. It's a fan mentality, isn't it? I mean, I don't know whether fans feel like this anymore. But when I was growing up, and you know, when I was in my 20s, and even still now, if Man United lose a game, it ruins the weekend. It's you know, that's it. It ruins the weekend, and it ruins the start. Well, you know it. You watch me every day. It ruins my weekend, and it ruins the start of my week, and it pisses me off. And that's the fan mentality. And you love it when you see players like that, because they're multimillionaires these days. You know, somebody said it to me about 10 years ago. How does it feel knowing that your weekend's been ruined by 11 millionaires who probably don't care as much as you? And it always stuck with me, because it was like, yeah. So you want players who it hurts you, it hurts them as much as it hurts you. And that's a mentality thing. Whether they're a millionaire or not, you want those players who are just, you know, arseholes if they lose or they're not playing. And, you know, it's a good start for Sabitzer. I mean, I think he's a very exciting player, but I like the character as well. Who do you think is the best coach in the league? Also, my comment earlier was a joke, says Rocco. I think we all took it as a joke, Rocco. I think the best manager in the league is Arteta at the moment, but I think Ten Hag is pushing him really close. I think they're both defying expectations and logic in a very deserved way. I think you can defy logic in a lucky way. I think Arteta and Ten Hag are defying logic and expectations in a talented way. I think they're both having fantastic seasons. I think Eddie Howe's having a good year as well. But I think where Ten Hag has taken United from to where we are, and what Arteta is doing with Arsenal, they should win the Premier League. I think, yeah, those two for me. I know we haven't seen Sabitzer play yet, but any chance of keeping him in the summer? Missed the video yesterday. Prediction for the next game, says Tom. Well, you can watch it on the homepage, our preview. I really hope we keep Sabitzer. I mean, there's some interesting stuff coming out from ESPN I wanted to talk to you about, but I really do hope that we keep Sabitzer, because I personally loved the Eriksen signing. I know it was a freebie, and I know some people love the... you know, they love you know, it's what I call is the Real Madrid mentality. You buy a player, and then a year later you get linked to another player in that position, and you're like, well, I want the new player because you want a shiny new toy. I don't have that mentality. I'm like, I want the right players, and they can stay for 6 years, and they can be free for all I care. And if Sabitzer came in, and we didn't need to spend £80 million on a box-to-box midfielder, and we get Sabitzer, I'm happy with that. I don't need a £100 million midfielder if we keep Sabitzer. What I do need is I need a midfielder who can do the Casemiro role. That is what we do need. So personally, if we got Sabitzer, and if Sabitzer stays with us and we get Casido, I'd be very happy with that. But I hope this ends up being long term. I also hope that Weghorst ends up being long term as well, because I think you need 3 strikers, and I think Weghorst offers something very different. Now, I'm not saying keep Weghorst yet, because I haven't seen enough of him. You know, you could argue that he didn't play particularly well the other night. Sabitzer's 29 in March, so he won't be 30 for another over a year. So his age doesn't really bother me that much. And it's not like he's been playing loads of football, is it? He didn't go to the World Cup. He's not been a starter for Bayern as much. So I don't think he's somebody that we need to worry about his age, really. So Lamar's going to go to Bayern Munich, Flying Dutchman. So I think Bayern Munich will be more than willing to let Sabitzer go in the summer anyway. So I think there is an opportunity for United. All I would say is, on paper, Sabitzer looks great. Everything people say about him looks great. The profile of player looks perfect for Ten Hag and Man United. I think he's going to be a player that we're going to really like as a fan base. Everything looks great, but we haven't seen him play in the Premier League yet, and that's where the proof in the pudding will be. We've got to see what he's like. If he is good, I would keep him, and I think he will want to stay. I really do. I think he will want to stay. Robert says, let's judge him in May. It's a massive step up for Sabitzer. And Sabitzer's signing would be good value for quality and a good attitude. It's exactly the kind of sensible transfers we were excited about with Rangnick, says James Cave. I mean, Rangnick should have been director of football, shouldn't he? Whatever you think about Murta, I mean, Rangnick should have been director of football. I do wonder, there is still, I hope, I really hope, only because I'm curious, but I do wonder whether we'll ever find out what happened with Rangnick, because it doesn't add up. Like, Ten Hag didn't get given the job until mid-April. United had basically sacked Rangnick in mid-March. So this story that went out that Ten Hag sacked Rangnick because he didn't want to work with him, Ten Hag hadn't even been interviewed when they decided to get rid of Rangnick. So it's whether people are interested in that you know, there is this misconception that Ten Hag didn't want to work with Rangnick, but Rangnick was on his way out the door before we'd even interviewed Ten Hag. And so I don't buy that. I personally think United, Board, Arnold, Murta, whoever, they wanted rid of Rangnick because Rangnick was doing those interviews all the time saying that we need to spend money, we need to buy 10 players. Obviously, the players had fallen out with Rangnick as well because he was saying we need to sell a lot of them. I'm not going to pretend that the players loved Rangnick because they didn't, and the board didn't like what was being said. So he was on his way out way before Ten Hag had even been interviewed. So I would like to have seen Rangnick and Ten Hag work together, but I don't think it was ever an option.